This is Tennyson E Stead, writer and director and founder of 8-Sided Films, here with another 8-Sided blog. And tonight I'd like to talk about one of the realities of being an artist in Los Angeles, or any kind of creative in this city, which is rent. When I was growing up, and when I was just out of college and living in Massachusetts, it was possible to have basically any kind of job, even a minimum wage job, and still be able to rest reasonably assured that you would have a place to live, or that you could have a place to live as long as you showed up to work and as long as you did your work. And most of the young people moving into Los Angeles today are moving 3 and 4 into a bedroom, is my understanding, to help make that possible, because the rent is so far out of control and so big that nobody can afford to have a place. I'm caught in the middle of one of those conflicts myself right now. Things are a little bit tricky with regards to my living situation with Evan. We're figuring that out, and so it's something I've been thinking about, and it seemed like something worth blogging about, because one of the stark realities of showing up in Los Angeles with an eye towards building a career in the entertainment industry is that you need to have creative output. You need to be investing time into screenwriting and acting and whatever it is that you're doing. And there aren't already enough hours in the day to invest that time and still, without some kind of intricate support system, give yourself a place to live and food to eat. That's not how this economy works right now. And, is that fair? No. Is that part and parcel with how entertainment has always worked? I think it is. One of the things that I always talk to people about when they're looking at at what 8-Sided Films is at our company, and they're looking at doing business with me, one of the things that always comes up is the career of William Shakespeare, and how it's very unlikely that William Shakespeare was signed over, the right to produce in the Globe because he was an excellent writer. That contributed to his success, but it was probably the fact that he was packing houses. And it was the fact that ability to draw a crowd inevitably had to have been built on decades of work. I'm sure whatever he was calling, the King's Players, before they were the King's Players, I'm sure they toured from probably as far as Scotland and Wales all the way down to the south of England. And after being on the road for 10 or 20 years, it was inevitable that he could open a house in London and somebody would notice, especially with the quality of the writing that he had, and presumably the quality of their performances. And, building community and building craft takes time. So, looking at that tour, looking at what it would have meant to have been on the road, let's say in 1595, going from London all the way to John O'Groat, Scotland, or going to some, town in Wales where you're going to turn back around and finish the season on a loop, coming back down through the rest of Britain. How many actors did bad company did William Shakespeare lose to scurvy? How many times were they robbed for props by bandits on the road? And how good was the security on those roads? And the answer is probably not great. There were probably a lot of risks that they took. And I take that vision of risk personally and seriously when I evaluate my own success. So mentally, I'm prepared to deal with questions like, where's the rent going to come from? How are we going to make this work? Where are the next few meals going to come from? Those are challenges that have always been a part of the most dramatic success stories in the arts. And it just seems worth mentioning at this particular point in time that the way the economy is built, the way our cultural support system is built, you are more likely to encounter those problems than you ever have been probably over the course of your life, just because the economy has been stronger than this in the past. And, it's just an observation. It's just something for people to take into account, because there are no easy ways into this industry. And Los Angeles is even less forgiving than usual at this particular point in history. And anybody who's thinking about moving to Los Angeles needs to be prepared for those realities, and ideally has a group of people that can help them support themselves. Some kind of support system where they know they can find a place to live, where they know they can find food, where they know they can start finding work, and they can start piecing together a system that's going to keep them alive and that's going to help them keep their work sustainable. I don't know. It's late. I didn't know what I was going to blog about. I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but I think I've said all I had to say. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you like the videos, please give us a thumbs up. If you want more on the development of quantum theory as we go into pre-production, which, knock on wood, should be very soon now, please give us a subscribe and you'll get all the updates. And have yourself a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.